There's no way. It's something like hitting it like an 8 or something.
Yeah. No. Holy. What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. We are doing our first ride out with the brand new EC4p motor from Electrek & Co. And right off the rip, guys, this thing is absolutely crazy. As you can see in the first couple of clips, I had my buddy ride it first, then I test drove it, and it literally scared the crap out of me. This thing has power all the time. I don't know if you guys catch the last video. In the last video, I showed you how to install it and set up the Kelly controller with your battery specs. Just using mine as an example, obviously. But yeah, this thing is one wild ride. This thing is power wheeling at like 30 miles per hour and above. And with the 1380 Sprocket setup I had a top speed of 48 miles per hour. Now I am a bit heavy. I am 220, give or take 5 pounds. And yeah, so the top speed is probably slightly reduced compared to what other people are getting, but the acceleration is absolutely crazy. And me being as big as I am, with how I have my seat on this bike, I sit more towards the front. This thing is still power wheeling without me even trying to lift the wheel. So I'm just gonna make this real short and quick with you guys. With the talking, you're gonna just see highlights from the ride out and me just enjoying the company with all my buddies on their rides. And man, it was one hell of a night. We did about close to 25-30 miles. At one point I did break down, and that was totally my fault. When I was installing the motor and putting the battery in, I didn't notice that I had pulled on the yellow wire from my voltmeter, and it was like barely in the harness. So luckily I was able to pull that out, get it pinched up in there really well, and was able to repair within a couple of minutes and caught back up to the ride.
When I'm like up like this, thinking I'm an eco, and I'll touch the throttle.
You outside, baby? Yeah. Turbo Moose out here too.
I just stopped by.
Already know the gang.
Yes, sir.
Got big runs, little runs, baby runs,
Right?
everything outside.
My buddy Billy, as always, came and gave me a hand, and yeah, we were able to fix that really quickly and get back on the road. And here are some of the bikes from the ride out. Obviously, it's always a ton of Surrons. We are now about to rip it on this little bike path, and stay tuned to see what happens with the Razor that's in front of me. Oh. Watch it.
Down, man.
You good?
I got some bushes here.
Oh, yay!
Oh, got that on video. So yeah, my buddy Will right there, he actually has hydraulic front forks put onto his bike, and he hasn't got the front brake adapter yet, so it took a little bit of a spill there, but he's alright. The power is just...
Is it like ridiculously more than the other one?
Yeah. And to think like the other one was like the so-called like best motor. So yeah, we were talking about you know, this motor in comparison to the ENC 1020 Plus, and it is just night and day different. Now that motor has a lot of torque for what it is, especially compared to any of the other motors I've tried in my Eula 2000 watt. But man, this thing just, it's literally like a Surron motor on a Razor without having to extend the stream on it. It's pretty crazy, but I am absolutely loving it. And ENC, you boys knocked this one out the park, man. Really, seriously, this motor is just something else. That was an extremely fast ride through downtown. Nope, taking the fat boy way. You gonna hit it? You go.
No suspension in the back and in the front. We got no suspension.
That's look, suspension. There he goes. Yeah. Jesus. More speed.
Can you try it?
Oh God.
That's you, right?
No, I'm good. No. My battery will fall out.
Third tire.
There we go. I'm gonna ride with you. You're gonna ride with me? Yeah, we're gonna head back to the car. It's late. So. Alright guys, and that's pretty much gonna do it for the first test of the EC4p. And we are at like one opposite end of downtown Orlando. We have to travel back to the complete opposite end. And this is pretty much almost the entirety of the ride. And to say that I got there in like 6 to 8 minutes is absolutely insane. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. This bike was a blast. The ride was awesome. The weather was great. We had a couple of spills and little issues that arose, but it didn't stop us from enjoying the bike in the night. And the next ride with this will be the Surron Mega Ride in Tampa on Saturday. So if you guys are coming out to that, I will see you there. Hopefully you do. It's going to be a blast. Just remember that is Saturday, March 4th in Tampa. It's going to be absolutely crazy, probably about 1,000 riders. Just make sure your bike can do about like 25-30 and it has a lot of amp hours so you can run throughout the day. There's going to be one stop where we're going to charge for like 3 hours. So if you have a quick charger, you'll get a full charge within that time frame. But yeah guys, can't wait for that. And you're gonna see how much fun I had riding the bike from the last little jump spot to where we parked the car. And lane splitting is perfectly legal guys, so don't complain about that. Yes, there's gonna be some red lights I take. Also remember, this is classified as a bike and you cannot register it, cannot insure it. So yeah, even though I'm doing highway speeds, kind of get away with it. Not to say that's the safest thing, but just make sure you know you always have all your safety equipment on, your lights, your tail lights and stuff like that, so the cops don't mess with you. And yeah, let's enjoy this ride back to the car. So funny enough, every time I was getting closer to this van, it tried to like accelerate. So I was like, the hell with it, and I passed it. So funny enough, I think the top speed I was hitting around this was about 45, and kind of hilarious because the speed limit's like 30 or 35 here. So oops, breaking the speed limit a little. But this is like the advantage of the bike lane, where I can kind of come up to the front and just hit it. Now what's stupid is this guy seen me coming and still decided to cut in front of me. But what can you do? It's Florida. Florida drivers are known for being some of the worst in the US, but it's whatever. You gotta roll with the punches on that one. So here we are now getting off the main road and heading on these big bike lanes. It's a pretty cool little scenic route through the back roads up to the area where we have the car parked. Now I will say it's kind of poorly lit, and right here this sucked. I didn't see the water and that thing splashed all over me. So yeah, that kind of sucked, but it happens. It happens a lot. I definitely need to invest in some fenders for the bike. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but right there I just like fully pinned it, and the acceleration is just stupid. I really want to learn how to wheelie, and just popped it up real quick right there and then accelerated, and it's so crazy because like it looks like warp speed in the video, and it actually feels like it a lot too. We got a little straightaway after this corner. I'm gonna pin it, and you guys are gonna see how it looks like warp speed. And man, what a ride. That was about, what, 6 minutes in the video. It was probably like 10 minutes in real life. And yeah, it was absolutely a cool little sesh. Back to the car, riding through the roads and the bike trails. That pretty much wraps it up. If you guys have any questions about the EC4p motor, let me know in the comments below. I have a lot of facts and statistics for you guys to share. So stay tuned for videos on that. And I hope you enjoy this, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Take it easy, everybody, and ride safe.